I actually genuinely say this. I know lots of politicians will say this, and they don't really mean it. Is that actually you need an effective opposition?
Right.
I think that is true. I think you do need an effective opposition. We are far from that. We're not going to see it over the next 5 years. Whoever is leader, it's quite clear. But that I think would perhaps trouble some, except to say we've seen a new Boris Johnson since this election.
Yeah.
You have seen a Boris Johnson much more like the Boris Johnson when he was mayor of London. He is, if you like, he's actually less of the showman.
Yeah.
His emphasis is on getting the job done. Can you imagine this? A prime minister has basically told his cabinet, you will not be judged on what you say publicly in interviews, how many interviews you do,
Right.
how good you are on the media. You will be judged by results. I mean, that sounds like a chief executive who knows where he wants to go.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's to the detriment of people like ourselves who don't get to get cabinet ministers as often as we'd like to, because they're now terrified of doing too much of it in case they get slapped around. And I love what Dominic Cummings is doing. I love the way that he is kind of, cutting his way through the civil service, investigating things, looking at stuff, making noises about the next director general of the BBC. This is all very, very positive, I think.
He is a disruptive innovator.
Yeah.
He is disrupting to innovate, and change is a good thing. I mean, it's very unusual for an advisor to be so much in the limelight. Normally, they don't last very long when that happens, and they're not meant to be in the news. My
Good evening, everyone. Coverage of the final sessions of tonight's matches in the OSC World Championship 2020. We're currently on the game between Jim Gigakis and Nikos Gerlis. It's the closest to finishing, with Nikos now 9-6 in front. I'm just going to double check that. 9-6. The other matches, Ken Hopper and Mike Mora is currently 8-7. And Papadakis versus Sheon is currently 7-6 to Sheon Daldar. But Nikos needs one more. So we'll see if he can finish the job. Jim Gigakis, our latest member, only a young lad, has done extremely well to battle against Nikos, who is in the top tier of players in OSC. 18 points to 10 in front. It's the closest to finishing. Good shot by Jim Gigakis there. Needs every frame now. Can he increase his skill level? Such a task for someone so young, but this will do him well. And he's managed to keep on the table. Red into the top middle. Now has the pink, so there's a good chance here. Reds, most reds are in particularly good situations. There's a slight angle here, can go into the black, but it'll be a risk. He has gone into the black, he's opened it up, but there you can see it's left him with a very difficult pink here. Now, will he take it on, play a shot to nothing, or will he stay? He stayed in the reds. He expects to pot it, and he doesn't. So he's left it on now for Nikos. Nikos can take advantage of Gigakis's inability to stay on the table and keep on the break. Gerlis can take the spoils. Red down this top left-hand cushion. And he'll leave, put a bit of follow through and hopefully get black into the bottom middle. It just needs to follow through a little bit here beyond that first red, closest to the white. Just slightly beyond that. To give an angle for that red into the bottom left. Oh, he's got the red to the right of the pink spot. He's taking his time. the pink. Is this the final stages of this round one World Championship match 2020 between Nikos Georlis and Jim Kikakis? Oh, that's not a great shot by Nikos. Wanted to come more down for the black, but now he's got the pink. It's quite straightforward, but is missable. Especially at the stage we're at in this match. But the pink goes in. Nice angle on this red along the cushion, bottom left-hand cushion. $29 points the difference, 35 on the table. With this red, it'll be 30 points the difference and 27. So this red actually will leave Jim Kikakis leading snookers. And it looks as though the yellow could be enough for Nikos after this black to kill off this game. Jim Kikakis has already said good game. I hope he doesn't concede too early. Just allowed to let the player go, and actually that's probably enough, just this black, providing there's no foul. Nikos Georlis looks like he'll be going through, and he'll be playing Wim de Ruiter. He misses the yellow. And the white's not going to foul, so that's the end of the match. Nikos Gerolis wins Jim Kikakis 10 frames to 6 in the Round 1 World Championship 2020. Unlucky to Jim Kikakis. Well played to Nikos Gerolis. And now we'll move on to the next game, which is likely to finish, and that's Ken Hopper, Mike Mora, as far as I can understand. And let's just see here. Actually, Sheon is in front of Papa by 9 frames to 6. So let's go and have a look at that one. So here we are, Papadakis 6-9 down in frames, but he is in front in this match. In this frame, in points, not much, but the more the better for him, as we'll be saying. So 2 more matches left. 8-8 between Mike Mora and Ken Hopper. We're looking to get onto that match as soon as we can. If they want to take a quick break and wait, that would be better, but nothing should disturb the players. But we will, if Papadakis wins this frame, we'll just have to keep an eye on both. Black into the top left-hand pocket for Sheon. Just needs a few balls just to equal his scoring points for this frame with Papa. He's only 7 behind. That's not an issue for him. That won't be on his mind at the moment. It'll just be to play the balls and try and establish a big break. Papa will be nervous. He's been in excellent form. One of the most consistent players this season. Leads the Tour Championship. And that tells you all you need to know. Sheon pots the red and opens up the pink. Fast, fluent play. Is he bringing out his big guns? Still a player we need to get to know a little bit. Sheon, obviously, he's a very good player. He's already won 3 tournaments in his first season, and he's missed the red, so just 7 points in it. Papadakis needs to stay focused and try and keep in control of the frame. Always missed it too hard on the middle, and the red's not saved him by stopping passage into the middle pocket. And that's a nice table there for Sheon, someone of his standards. Should be able to kill off this frame. Can he kill off the match? No, he can't, because he's overscrewed it. And obviously he needs a good shot here on the black to keep on the table. And he's got a great shot. Still out of position though. That's 2 risky reds. But it's not risky for Sheon Daldar as he pots it, and 16 points in front. This blue will be 21. There'll be 35 on the table, which there is now. So this red and a black would leave Papadakis needing snookers. And And there's the red, so he's got the blue. Perfect position to go onto the yellow. Cheyenne Deldar, just a few moments away from going into the quarterfinal against Wayne Kent. And it's just a matter of going through the motions now. One snooker needed by Papadakis. And I think this brown, well, that's it basically. He's won the match, and the brown won't really matter as long as he doesn't foul. But will he finish off? And Papadakis says, well played. Good luck in the future. And they exchange conciliatory and appraising comments. In respective view. And we'll be shortly moving over to the other match between Mike Mora and Ken Hopper. But the story, he's missed that, but it doesn't matter. Cheyenne Deldar wins Papadakis Mixol in round 1 of the World Championship, OSC World Championship 2020. Now goes through to the quarterfinal against Wayne Kent. And now let's move on to the final round 1 match between Ken Hopper and Mike Mora. And let's just confirm what the score is. It's 8-8. A little bit of tension, or a bit of banter between both players. It got a little bit serious last night after the second session. But they both continued winning a frame each. On average, Ken Hopper got a good start. I think he went 3-0 up or 3-1 up. And Mike has gradually brought that back level. And neither player can really has been able to run away with it. So it makes it an interesting contest because there's no more frames left for them to continue to do that. It will be on that 19th frame should it go that far, as Mike Mora has the advantage in this frame. This is one of 3 frames remaining in this fixture. Mike Mora, and both players need 2 frames to win and go through. Difficult shot here on this pink, and Ken's taking a while to do it, but he's gone for it. And the problem with the middles now, since the update, is the pace that you hit the balls into the middles. It obviously affects whether that shot will go in, and Mike Mora just plays a shot to nothing. I presume he thought it was, but he has left the red that's highest on the table. Sorry, highest on the pack, to the left of the pink spot. Okay, which is let Ken back in, and I feel myself in deja vu here when talking about Mike Mora. Has really improved his form in the last few months, and made me take notice of his play recently. And but it's a case of, will he have all the tools in certain situations, and how much caution will he use compared to his usual cavalier style? Black goes on the pink spot. Ken 22 points behind. Great chance for him to get back into this frame. And that's not turned out too well. Tried to make something happen. So now will he be just playing a shot to nothing here on the black? As long as he doesn't leave anything on, he can attempt the colour. But he doesn't want to leave himself in a difficult position. This is always going for the points, though. He could have gone for the green behind the brown, but he's playing aggressively. He's missed it. Could have been the wrong choice, though, that. Obviously, in hindsight, if you would have potted it, it would have been a great shot, but those are decisions one has to make at this stage of a match. Red in by Mike Moore now on the blue, which is taking care of the black spot for the moment. Let's try and get this. We're going to try and move into the two reds, but he's decided to go around for the loose red near the top left-hand cushion. Top right-hand pocket here, I'm presuming. Follow through for the blue. Or the black, possibly, if you can see it. Follow through here on the blue, take him nicely onto the two reds. He's not done enough follow through though, so it's left him with a difficult angle. 33 points in front. Pots the red. That was important to Michael. Now has the black. Doesn't need to worry about. Well, he's looking at the blue, just saying if he gets his black, he'll have a good lead, and as long as he plays safe off this remaining red, which is not really in a pot position. And now ready, Ken needs two snookers. So Mike in the driving seat. I don't know the exact itinerary of the frames that have been happening, and just thinking whether Mike has been in front in this match. So Mike doesn't really play safe, but Ken now has a task. He has to, and that's not a great start. He needs to get the black here, and he needs to make a snooker, two snookers, to win this frame. He might accept. He needs anything above. He needs a brown or above colour. Black would be ideal, of course. Needs to pot it though, and he's potted it. Good shot, good pressure shot there. So now he needs two snookers, 4-point snookers. Now will he pot the yellow and make the snooker off the green, which is in a nice position to make a snooker? He has potted the yellow, so hopefully he's aware that he needs snookers. But the angle for green, it's too straight on the pocket. He wanted to send the green around the table and hide behind the brown. He's going to have to do. He's potting the green now, and hopefully Ken obviously will be aware that he needs snookers, and he's probably just looking to play off the brown here. So send the brown, could send it close to the pocket actually, and be looking for a snooker here, I'm presuming. There's the snooker attempt. That's not really worked out too well. So Ken just working out what he's got to do here. Could have sent it towards the pocket, but that would obviously make it very risky. And look at that shot by Mike. And that will be... Ken will be feeling that brown. That's the frame for Mike. So it's 9-8. One more for Mike Moore. 2 frames altogether left. Ken Hopper needs both of them. and Mike needs 1. And then Mike puts the black with aplomb, and just to send out a message to Ken, just to say, yeah, what you saying now? Come on, let's do it. And both players get straight into the next frame. No break needed for Ken Hopper. It's Mike Moore to break then. 9-8. Just needs one more frame, the German. Not over by a long shot. Plenty of snooker to be played here. Ken just needs to make sure he stays strong and stable with his shots, but just needs to outclass Mike a little bit. And that's not a great shot by Ken. It's landed on the red as he tried to come back from the bulk. And he's given Mike the table. He's got options, at least to get a decent amount of points on the table. Yellow into the bottom middle. Red off into the top left here and just roll down for the black. Risky shot though. Not for Michael. He's gone round the back. I don't know if he can get through here. He can pot this black. No, he can't. So that was a misjudgment. Great blue. And Mike certainly has been doing his homework in the last few months. His form has improved significantly to a very high level, enough to be a possible contender, at least for the final, I would say. Whether he can win it, he obviously is a multiple winner. It's just his consistency. I've not seen his frames live that much, just seen results. Played him a couple of times. And on one occasion, I was blown away by his ability to pot anything around the table and dominate quite considerably. But as with any player, if you use a certain strategy, try and find their weaknesses, and you try and exploit them. End of break here now for Mike. He's only got the black. He's not in a potable position. He just sends the white down towards the bulk area. Pawn here for Ken Hopper. Gets it. Great shot. So Ken has the table. He has control. Will he go for the pot? Or will he play a snooker, play safe, put Mike in a difficult position? That would be my advice, or probably the way I would go about it, but everyone's different. He's gone for the blue and gone into the pack and opened up. That's a great shot. And that just shows confidence, a confident player in his ability. Oh, but that's not a shot. He's just done the opposite and played a careless shot. So unless he's going to go for this green and try and pot it, he's going to have to leave Mike or play safe. 3 points in it. And he decided just to roll behind the black. Mike completely snookered. Oh. Good shot by Ken. Ask a question of Mike Moore here. What's he going to do? How's he going to get it safe? He just rolls into the pack, and that's a good shot. Good response by Mike. Just like he's going to touch. So just a little touching game here. Mike looking to that loose red, probably send the white. Oh, what a shot. What a great shot. Putting a good amount of stun, sending the white behind the pink. And while it's easy to get out of for Ken, the less control you give your opponent as they go to the table, the better, obviously. Less options they have. Ten seconds coming up now for Ken to take the shot. I don't know if that's what he was looking for. Probably not. The red in the right-hand section of the table there that he's just hit was available, and perhaps you always try to get the right or judge the right pace to not leave that red on, but not too much harm by Mike. That loose red in the bulk area won't be a problem really, as long as the white is controlled in a certain way, maybe on the bottom right hand cushion. And Ken plays a soft shot into the reds. Doesn't want to take a chance on sending that white round the table because that pink's in the way for one. I think Mike's going to try and get behind the pink again here. And he just sends it to the black cushion, the left-hand cushion, but he's left something on here. Sometimes you can get you just really don't, you're thinking of a shot, but maybe it's not really the greatest shot you should play, and you just really don't know what shot you're playing sometimes. And you just say, what was I thinking of there? But Ken's looking at the two main reds that are on here. The one into the top middle seems to be the one he's decided. Doesn't need to do too much positioning. The natural angle will give him the black. Good shot. So now has the black into the bottom right, or bottom middle. Follow through with that loose red below the pink spot. Excuse me. Red potted, but he's gone too far with the cue ball. And he's gone out of position. So he's going to have to play safe here. Unless he's going to keep going and go for that red. There's red highest in that pack into the top left-hand corner. Will he try it? It'd be very risky. Mike just needs this frame, and that must be rolling over in his mind. Again, if he plays aggressive, sometimes playing aggressive is the best defense. And he's gone for it, and he's potted it. Great bravery by Ken there. Very unfortunate to land on anything, really. Any black is covered, pink is covered, or he's not in any particular position. The blue obviously is on, but he's got to be careful about if he misses, of course. So this blue, is he tempted to go in? I'll give him a nice position on that red in the top right cushion. And he screwed it and he's potted it. Such confidence here. Great shot by Ken. I think at least one of those reds will go past the black. Maybe not, but he's got a red into the middle. Has he actually? He has got a red into the middle, this to the left of the blue. But the red near the pink spot that you're looking at now is whether it passes the black. He's having a look. If it doesn't, then it's slightly nervous because this red is looking at, I identified earlier as the best one to go for, but doesn't have to really have to do any positioning. He should be on the black or pink. 5 seconds left to take the shot. And he's gone for it, and look where the white has landed. That's incredible. I think possibly the black might be still on, but he wanted to be above the black and pink, not below it or equal to it as he is now. But thin cut here should be okay. Gets it. It has a red into the top left or the middle. Not fully in control yet. Now this middle, I'm going to say if he went for that, he doesn't like the look of it. The aim shadow will be a little bit thicker. He's going to, but you can hit it relatively hard, but not too hard. Obviously, it's going in the middle, but the white should cannon into the red next to it to give him position for the pink. But he screwed it back, and he screwed it too far. Went for the black there, and now this is a really difficult shot. It's potable, of course, but you just have to get it right and rely on a bit of luck. And Ken desperate to stay on the table and accumulate more points and take his lead away from Mike Mora. Pretty hard to play safe, well, it's not hard to play safe, but there's no way you can stop him playing a snooker, or no way you can play a snooker. He went for the black and he's missed it, so he took the risk. And now Mike Moore on the table. So 20 points to difference. Red into the top bottom left. Black, he has the black on. Bring that into play. Reds are all around the table. What will Ken be thinking at the moment? Should he have gone for that black? Very difficult black at that particular time. And sometimes the temptation is just there. And you want to carry on. As I said before, sometimes playing aggressive is the best way, but sometimes it's not. And Mike just wobbles that red in as he continues his break, which is on 9. But he's lost position on the black. Could have been better. But seems to have mastered that shot. And that just after a few seconds, Mike is already back on level terms in terms of frame points. This black will take him into the lead. He has 2 reds near the middle pockets, top and bottom, and a red near the top right-hand pocket. Tries to make the white do something. That's a pretty decent shot. Has this red into the top middle. Can't put too much pace on it, so he just wants not to be too tight on the cushion. And that's not too bad. Has the pink or blue or green. 5 points in front now, 25 break. Just needs this frame to go through to the next round. And I'm just struggling to think who it is who would play. Great shot on the pink. So 11 points in front now. Is Mike going to try and kill this off here now? Is that the end of Ken Hopper's presence in this World Championship 2020? Pink goes in. So 18 points of difference. This red will be 19 and 27 on the table. So 19 the difference, 27 on the table. Has a colour to pot as well to add to that tally. Brown goes in nicely on the colours now. So just the colours, just the formality. Green slightly off its pocket. 23, 25 the difference, 25 on the table. So already Ken will draw with all the colours, but now after this green, he needs a snooker. We needs 2 snookers. Easy brown for Mike Moore. This brown to go through to the... And he's got it. So barring any foul on this blue, which is unlikely to happen, well, congratulations to Mike Moore. As Ken Hopper concedes, well played, he says. Never brought the game to the table. Good luck in the next round. So very gentlemanlike from Ken Hopper as Mike Moore just goes through the motions quickly and impressively, and he's done well, and he's managed to get through to the quarterfinal to play an even bigger match, a long format match. And let me just see who that is. I'll find it. Just checking now, as that's the end of the match. Mike Moore wins Ken Hopper. 10 frames to 8 in the round 1 World Championship 2020. I'm just checking now who he will meet. Mike Moore will play Mohamed Fawzi. And that should be an interesting game. So let's just have a look at the... Let's have a look at the fixtures. Just bring them up very shortly. There we have the flow chart, and the quarterfinals have been decided. Wim de Ruiter will play Nikos Gerelis. Mohamed Fawzi will play Mike Moore. Wayne Kent will play Cheyenne Deldar. And Tim Porter will play Ronnie Temporal. Those matches can start from tomorrow. and I'll just make an announcement of that shortly. But there's no obligation to play the quarterfinals until Monday. It's up to the players if they wanted to decide. But the story of the night is that three other players, the story of the night is that the quarterfinals are now open or now in place for tomorrow, as the round one has been decided, as we've just listed those quarterfinals. So the quarterfinals will start either over the next few days or on Monday. Like I said, it's up to the player to decide. Officially, they don't need to start that match till Monday after 7. But I'm sure there will be players looking to get into it. It'll be the first of it'll be a race to 13 for the quarterfinal. But there'll be more on that tomorrow. Well, thanks for watching. That's the end of this broadcast. Keep practicing. Au revoir.